Rituals are the things that we do over and over again that become a part of who we are and how we operate in the world. In fact, a very simple ritual for many people is perhaps that first cup of coffee in the day that symbolizes the beginning. Now, for families and parents, it might be how you celebrate holidays or birthdays, but regardless of what the rituals are, they become an integral part of the fabric of family life. And joining us in studio to speak about the importance of developing your own family rituals or traditions is creative parenting expert Nikki Bush. Always a pleasure to have you with us.
Thank you, Kat.
So what are the benefits of having or developing those family rituals?
Kat, we need to create warm, fuzzy memories with our children. So family rituals do that. And they create belonging, bonding, togetherness, and an emotional anchor into your family's value system. And that's very important today.
Yeah. And I mean, we're talking about living in an age of technology and consumerism where there's this interference between the parent-child relationship. You know, there's messages coming from all kinds of directions. So how do parents fight this interference?
So I call this the noise of technology and the clutter of consumerism. And parents need to consciously choose to stand out from the crowd, because every one of those brands and every device is calling out for our children's attention and hitting our children with values all the time. And the best advantage that parents have is that we have face-to-face opportunities with our children. And that's what we need to maximize. And that's exactly what we're doing when we have family rituals.
So let's talk about some of these family rituals that parents can use to strengthen that family bond.
So there's things like daily rituals, like do we eat dinner together?
Okay.
Do we have candles around the dinner table? You know, that could be a ritual. Do we have some kind of sharing ritual? And I call it the sweets and the sours game, where we share something negative that happened and we label the feeling that it evoked, and then something positive that happened. And that's something that really gets the conversation going around the dinner table. Then it could be bedtime rituals. Every child has different bedtime rituals. Which bunny and bear do you kiss goodnight? Do your parents tickle your back? Reading stories. That's all part of ritual. And then there are birthdays. So do you dress up the door frame of your child's bedroom? Do you have a special meal? What about holiday rituals? I mean, we always used to stop at the Wimpy in Colesberg. And then when my child was 3 years old, he'd never been on an aeroplane. So we bought him a ticket on a sale, and he and I flew instead of driving. And he was so upset because the pilot didn't stop at our regular takeaway joint.
That's brilliant. Wow, it's actually such an important part, because I remember growing up, when my grandmother was still around, one of the most important rituals that we had was after my grandfather had made us breakfast, we would all talk about what we dreamt about the previous night.
Oh, wow.
And that made it a part of our start of the day. So it's a really important thing.
So you see, this becomes part of the fabric of your life, the story that you will tell one day.
Wow, absolutely brilliant stuff. Wow. If you have stories to share about your family rituals, please do so on our Facebook page, Expresso Morning Show SABC3. And of course, we'll continue our chat with Nikki a little bit later on.